Can everybody hear me? Great. Good morning. My name is Tony Themelis. I'm Program Manager in the Microsoft Information Protection Solution space. And I'm so excited to be here today to talk to you about classification, labeling, and protection inside of SharePoint. And I wanted to introduce you to my co-presenter.
Hi, my name is Krishna. I'm a Program Manager in the Azure Information Protection team, and hope you guys are all having a great Ignite. Thank you for coming.
So in case you haven't seen this before, data is exploding. It's in the cloud, it's on devices, it's on premises, it's in SharePoint, it's in third-party storage solutions. And with this explosion of data comes a lot of complexity when it comes to you guys having to deal with how to classify, how to protect it, how to label it correctly, and that's what we're here to talk about. So our solution is designed to enable you to know your data, which means how to classify and label it, how to protect your data by either applying protection labels on the file itself or by using those labels to trigger DLP, governance, retention, and other types of policies. And then finally, how to govern, which is what I was just talking about, which is the governance around it. The how we do it is we help you define a classification scheme. At Microsoft, as an example, we have 4 layers of classification scheme. The highest one is called highly confidential, the most critical documents in Microsoft. The second one down is confidential. Then we have a general and a non-business category. What's really important is to keep the label scheme as simple as possible. Don't have 25 different labels because it's super confusing to users, and it's very hard to find the right policies to apply when you've got so many labels. The next thing that we do is we help you define classification policies and conditions. So the conditions mean if you choose to automatically label files, then you can define certain conditions. You might be a health company, and so it might be health information, or you might be PCI, or you might have certain intellectual property like keywords that you want to trigger detection off of. Next thing that we do is we help you create, test, and deploy policies. And actually, we're about to go into a private preview, and at the end of the year, we're going into a public preview around creating simulations, test simulations that are going to allow you to actually build a classification policy and try it out inside of your environment before actually going and labeling files. And we think that that's going to be a great assistive technology to give you confidence that you've built the right classification policies. And then the last thing is ongoing usage and monitoring, and we've got some awesome new technology that show you data at rest reports with respect to how people are labeling and classifying documents, and I'm going to show you some screenshots of that at the end. So we've spoken a lot about labels, and the label is the hero of our story. And the characteristic of a label is that it's like a stamp that identifies the file as being sensitive. It is applied on Word, Excel, PowerPoint, PDF documents, and it can then be used to trigger governance and DLP policies. Can't we apply it in Office 365, OneDrive, and SharePoint as well? Absolutely, yes, you can. So these labels can be applied either manually by your users or automatically by the system, right? And you can choose whether you want to have either automatic or manual or a combination of both. So they're persistent, which means they travel with the file. Once you've labeled a file, that label travels with the file when it's uploaded, downloaded, moved, etc. The protection template, if you have one that is part of the label, actually enables access control to the file, which means that if you are not authorized to access a protected labeled file, you can't. If you are authorized, it'll just ask you for, you'll get an authentication pop-up. You enter your username and password, and it'll allow you in. A couple of other things about labels is that we're actually working on extending the definition of a label from being document only to being applied to a container. So for example, a SharePoint site can be labeled as highly confidential, which means that there are certain characteristics about that site that you can set with respect to privacy, sharing, access from unmanaged devices, etc. We're also extending labels into Microsoft Teams, right? So you can actually label a team channel as being highly confidential, for example, and it has a very similar set of rights as I just described for SharePoint. So one of the big things that, and really what we want to deep dive into today is to talk about security and productivity, because the thing about a label and a protection, it really means you've encrypted the file, right? So it used to be that if you had that file, it may cause problems with access. And one of the things that we really wanted to do is we wanted to make sure that we can give you the ability to protect the file whilst at the same time maintaining the ability to collaborate with those files. And with that, I'm going to hand over to Krishna, who's going to deep dive into that subject and show you some cool new technologies that we have in that area.
Thanks, Tony. So just to set the context on what we were doing. So previously in the online experience in SharePoint, let's assume a user A kind of protected a document, and then they uploaded that into SharePoint Online. And if user B wanted to kind of go and edit and author the document they were forced to download that document, edit it on their rich clients on the desktop, and then upload that back into SharePoint Online. And that kind of was a little this downtrend. For productivity was not great, collaboration was not great. So in summary, you had user B in this case could only edit it after downloading their document. They could change and do anything on the document that label and permissions allowed them once they downloaded. And if they had the edit rights, they could edit and then re-upload the document. Customers made it clear to us that they didn't want a choice between productivity and security, and they wanted both. So what can we do today? Today, user A can protect that same document, upload it to SharePoint Online. The user B can now go and edit, co-auth, view, and do anything they can on any other document in the online experience. So what do we support? View, edit, and co-authoring of documents in the Office clients online. Ability to label these documents on the web application. Auto-classification also kicks in on the web. So if you have a label that, let's say, looks for social security numbers on documents and applies a label called highly confidential, that would work. Currently, this is supported in Word, and we will follow shortly with Excel and PowerPoint. E-discovery is now also enabled. So prior to that, when these protected documents were online, e-discovery would not return these in the search results. But right now, all the protected documents will show up in your e-discovery results. And then we have user search. So user search, we also enable security trimming on these searches. So if you run a search, you will only get to see documents that the labels give you permissions for and not any other protected document. So that kind of drills down that secure story while you also enable collaboration. All right, I'll move into a quick demo right now. So just to set the stage for the demo, Megan is part of the executive team in Contoso. She is working on a project with her team members, and she's already drafted the first version of that document on her desktop. So just opening it up, and she's labeled it as confidential because she wants to protect that from unauthorized access, and you can see that it's already defined as confidential and it's protected. She now goes and uploads this document to the team's SharePoint site so that everybody on her team could look into it and work on it and collaborate on that document. So now once the document is loaded, you can notice that there is a label here that the new column we've enabled in SharePoint for sensitivity. So it kind of tells you all the what the sensitivity on these documents are in a quick view right on the front screen. So that enables you to see whether there's protection enabled on it or not. So earlier, like I had mentioned, when these documents were opened, you would get that little pop-up message saying you had to download. But now you can actually open it on the online application. you can view, you can also edit on the online applications here. So this is Megan who's typing, and she says, please add the customer data. So then any member on her team would also be able to log into the document. And you see right now, Diego is on the same document, and Megan and Diego can now co-author these documents.
I'm Diego, by the way.
Here's Diego, yes. There, so co-authoring now is enabled, and so you are able to, on protected documents, you can secure these documents with whatever rights you want, and also be able to collaborate online.
Stephen, that's you. I just wrote, hey, Stephen, did you see that?
Great. So now, let's say at this point, Megan is wanting to take that document and store it again on her desktop, or anybody on her team wants to download that document and store it on their desktop. If we go ahead and download the document from SharePoint Online, oops, sorry. Yep. You can see that this document, again, comes down protected. It will have the same confidential label that was applied. Again, the same access restrictions on that document as it travels through. And you would also, so you see the confidential right there, and you also can see all the updates have been persisted. So collaboration works on the online apps with protected documents right now. The next question you probably have is whether the permissions, when it's on SharePoint Online, is honored. So in this situation, Megan's part of the executive team, and she's working with other leaders in the organization on a secret project called Project Cheetah. She has actually, again, drafted a document on her desktop, and she has enabled it and protected it with the executive team only label. However, accidentally, she accidentally uploads this document into her team's SharePoint site. Again, when it gets uploaded, you will see here that the sensitivity label will show up as executive team only. And there it is. So at this situation, this document is now available in her team share, and every member of her organization can see this document. However, since the label restricts the permissions only to the executive team, and Diego is not part of the executive team here, he comes into the SharePoint site to work on that team project, but he's curious about this new Project Cheetah. He wants to know what it is. So he clicks on that document to try and open that up to view what is in there, and he is presented with an error message saying you cannot open this document. So you are able to securely store these documents that are protected on the SharePoint Online site. That's kind of the end of the demo. I will be handing it over back to Tony to talk about activity explorers and content explorers. Yeah, sure. Oh, I can show that. So if you just go here.
Turn it back to you.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
The
I mean, you can add it manually, and I think you can let it persist, but it's basically here in the add columns, you can just go ahead and add that up.
But it's not, Microsoft isn't going to add it, right?
So not right now, but we can consider that, yes.
Okay, thank you.
That's a good thing we can take back. All right, let me go down.
All right, so one of the things that you probably want to know when you're implementing classification and labels inside of your organization is, how are these used? Are they correctly used? Do I have the right policies? Do my users understand what they are? Are the labels correct? Are people upgrading labels a lot? Are they downgrading labels a lot? And what we have is a new data classification tab inside of the M365 Security and Compliance Center, which gives you a full data at rest report that shows you all of this classification activity. So for example, the first thing you can see is all of the sensitive information types that are available inside of your organization. And by the way, there are about 100 of these sensitive information types that we provide to our customers out of the box. So without even putting any policies in place, you'll see how many files have social security numbers and credit card numbers and international classification of disease, ICD-9 and 10 codes and all that kind of stuff. So it's an awesome resource because before you were blind to all of the content, and now out of the box you get a great head start, right?
As a user creates something new and content,
Yes.
will it
The,
automatically
the question is that real time? When those files are put into SharePoint Online and OneDrive, they are indexed in real time, and that, but not your on-premise. That is correct. That is correct. If you're on-premise, you can use the AIP scanner. The AIP scanner data will show up as a different source inside of here as well. Right, so you have to run the scan, in other words, when you're on-prem to set it up. You can see all of your labels, so there's your highly confidential, your confidential, general, and public that are out there, and you can see all of the locations where those labels are fine. So I didn't have a scanner in my demo environment, but if you had, you'd see the scanner results right here, right? So you'd see it all, you'd see them all combined. Excuse me. The Activity Explorer view actually shows you over time how many files had labels applied or labels changed, right? And so you can filter by that data to see what kind of activity you had and what kind of changes in labels are going on. And remember, there's two types of labels. There's manual and there's automatic, right? And so when you see here the user that applied the label, if it was a real user, so in this case, you can see the email address of the real user. If it was automatically applied, it'll say SharePoint system applied this label to that file in a data at rest scan. So you'll see one or the other question.
Can you filter or munch that data so that I can find out which users were the ones who seem to be downgraded the most?
Can you filter that data to show me which users have been downgrading the most? And the answer is absolutely yes, you can. Right? So you can see the filters over here. You can filter by the activity. It says any, so I can pick activity downgrade. And then the users, I'll see the list of users. I can sort it by the aggregate, by the number of users. And then you can actually filter by the specific user that you want to as well. Who the biggest one is, yes. Absolutely, absolutely. Right, and that's the whole principle behind it is we want to help you scale classification, labeling, and protection to all of your environment. And our principle is that in order to do that, we want to give you the visibility into what's happening because that's going to give you insight in terms of how users are actually using it. And it's going to help you improve your policy, right? So it's going to be this iterative process. And that simulation test mode is going to be something that's going to really help, we think, our customers get started with that. All right, we have 2 minutes left. Any more questions? Yes, sir. Thank you. Can you control who's allowed to label a document? And the answer is absolutely. You can set label scopes, right? So for example, at Microsoft, our senior leadership team, which includes Satya Nadella and all of his direct reports, have a reserved label that's only for them for highly confidential information that they want to share amongst themselves and not with anybody else in the company. So there is a label that is applied to the senior leadership team that's not applied to Krishna and I. So we don't see that label, right? The labels that we see are the ones that are applicable to our scope, which is everyone. Let's go here first. Yes, sir.
All right. So in the past, we have had several challenges with using Adobe Acrobat Reader. So
Yes.
is this client going to be compatible with this labeling classification? Because
Yes.
in the meantime, not regular answers that we receive. Well, we use actual information protection tags, but we need to use another.
Yes. You want to answer?
Sure.
Yeah.
So Adobe does support protection with labels, so they have released that as a GA. But For this particular SharePoint Online interaction with protected documents, PDF is currently not supported. We're working on supporting PDF on SharePoint Online. And also, just to add on, to do anything with SharePoint Online collaboration with protected documents, you need to be on the unified labeling client or the native, not the classic AIP client. So that's the thing you need to be on to be able to use this.
But right now, you can seamlessly open a labeled and protected file, a PDF file, using Adobe Reader.
Yes.
Right? You need to install. You can get it from the Adobe site. The plugin. There's a plugin, and then with that plugin, you can seamlessly open them.
Sure.
Oh, yeah,
I can take your
absolutely.
name and I can
Happy
send it
to.
to you.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yes. So the question is there an automatic downgrade of the label by the system? It's an awesome question. Thank you so much. So you have manual labeling and you have automatic labeling. The principle that we're working on right now is that manual trumps auto, right? And there's a lot of research that we've done into that. So for now, that's where we are. Manual trumps auto. In other words, if a user manually labels a file and the system comes and thinks that it should be different, the manual label will override the system label. So then the second thing is, if the system labeled a file as highly confidential and the content that triggered the highly confidential was removed, should the system downgrade the file? And the rule that we have right now is the system will allow an upgrade but not a downgrade. Right? And we're going to work with our customers on that just to make sure that, because we could make that configurable for you to choose, right? I'm with you on that. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
I can see, executive team label, executive team label 1, executive team label 2. I can see that getting pretty tough.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm trying to, let's go here. Thank you.
If you have a retention policy on your SharePoint site that's maybe for 10 years, and you just have one GDPR document in there, can you then label that and then give it the restrictions plus another retention rule?
So the question is around retention labels. Everything that we've spoken about here is sensitivity labels. So sensitivity and retention labels are two different things, right? So what that means is what you do on the one and what you do in the other are currently, they're in silos, right? So I believe right now the answer is no. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Quick question. I've talked to a couple folks, and I've gotten a couple different answers on can you apply multiple labels to your site or to a file. And perfect business case scenario, we have 5 data classification levels similar to what Microsoft has. We have certain groups within the company that can actually touch all of those, but depending on what type of information is in there, we will exclude certain groups. So for us, 2 labels versus going in and putting 10, 12, 14, or duplicating the 5 times 2, can you do that?
Currently, we don't support multi-labels on documents. So right now, we don't support that.
How about site level?
Site level, again, I believe is one still today.
So if you want to have like scope to different labels, scope to different users, you can. Like if you've got the highly confidential, you could have Microsoft FTE, which is everybody, and you could have another one that is senior leadership team only. So although there's 2 sub-labels, the one would be visible to everybody, the other one would only be visible to the subgroup, right? So you can assign labels and groups together, and they would only be visible to the groups to which they are published.
I may get with you after this to
Sure.
find out.
Okay? Yeah, go ahead.
One last one. Are there any plans to connect the labeling process between SharePoint and Exchange so that we have the same labeling process or values
Yes.
for emails?
Yes. Yes, absolutely. And in fact, we've already started, when you create the automatic labeling, you create your conditions, and in the step where you apply those labels, you have Exchange, SharePoint, and OneDrive, right? And you can apply them all over them consistently. Yeah. Go ahead.
Do you have any plans to move to assets or big pages or write other forms of data with the label?
So do you have any plans to move into other forms of data like wiki pages? And the answer is one of the things I spoke about is the notion of a container label, which is basically a label not applied to a document but applied to an asset, right? And so we're adding more assets. The ones that we're working on right now are SharePoint sites, Teams, sites and groups, Power BI. You can apply to Power BI so that a set of reports would be classified. So we have that. I'm not sure about wiki pages though. I beg your pardon? Stream, yes, absolutely. Stream would be one that we don't have those yet, but they're gonna come. In fact, we're building like this horizontal platform, and then all of these verticals are going to start subscribing to our label process. And our intention is to make it unified and consistent throughout.
Will it be available for free licensing or is it
So the big difference between E3 and E5 is manual versus auto. Right, so E3 is all, you get the whole label, you can manually apply them, but there's going to be none of the automation around it. Right, all of that goes with E5. Yeah. Go ahead.
What you McAfee discovered to label all our in-house files,
Okay.
will AIP portal see those labels?
So if you use, McAfee integrates with our SDK. Right, so if you use McAfee to do the discover, and then they can then, based on their discovery, they can trigger a Microsoft label using the SDK, then you're consistent throughout. Yeah.
That's what they said too. I just want to make sure that
Yeah.
you said the same thing.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
But that would only apply to on-prem. If I were authoring a document using Word on the web,
Then
They also have CASB.
they have a CASB that can scan it, and there you've got an overlapping technology with ours. Right, because they can actually scan SharePoint. Okay, I think we probably need to go. Thank you all very much, and thank you for the great question.